Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day.
Don't start creating problems where there aren't because somebody on the internet told you so. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are all doing amazing. And hi for those of you who are seeing me for the first time. Here, we're all about self-improvement, but I like to take it more from a sciencey approach. However, today we're going to be looking at the toxic side of self-improvement. The self-improvement is a big industry. It has grown a lot in the past couple of years, and I just want you to guys know the dark side and the good side, and also what to look out for when you're watching creators. But before we get on with the video, there are a few things that I want to talk about. First of all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and perhaps share this with somebody that you love. And also, I am starting December this week. It is a monthly challenge for me and a reward for you guys because it will officially be 1 year since I started this channel, and I'm just so grateful for you guys and for the growth I've had here. And as a reward for you, I decided to do a month-long challenge where I will be posting Monday through Friday every single week. Now, before we get on with the video, I would like to clarify why I am doing self-improvement and self-help content. And it is simply the reason because I didn't grow up in a perfect household. I didn't have the ideal childhood a child should have. And I brought on into my adult life a lot of bad habits, a lot of bad mindsets. And it was a battle. I'm an only child, so I went through a lot of things on my own. It helped me get out of a dark place. Throughout the years, I have learned a lot. However, I have noticed while I was watching self-improvement content that this person said one thing, that person said one thing, and I never really knew who should I listen to. But as I started studying biology, I started looking at things very much from a sciencey perspective, and I started enjoying researching different topics, researching studies and experiments, and I got an idea. What we're really lacking is a content creator that actually backs their information in science, because you can't really lie about science, right? So here I am creating self-improvement content because I still am in a lot of you guys' position where I did not know what to do. I didn't have anybody around me to help me. So this is why I'm here. However, self-improvement is a personal thing, and it should never be a competition, and it should never be anything that drains you. Self-improvement is not something that you should base your life on. On the other hand, self-improvement should be something that helps you live the life you want. And how self-improvement should help you to be able to do things that you want. But when you see people online that their whole life is only self-improvement, that's how you know that these people probably aren't the ones that you should be listening to. Now, they can create content only about self-improvement, of course, but if they have nothing else in their life other than improving their life, that is a sign that it is not a support system, it is your whole life, and that's the point at which it becomes draining. And in the past few years, this industry has grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry. We have gurus, we have apps, we have planners, we have courses, we have coaches. Oh, so many things. And lately, even some backlash. And honestly, I can understand a lot of the criticism. Because somewhere along the way, the growth that was supposed to be peaceful and it was supposed to be a support system and uplift you and make you happy has turned into a never-ending cycle where you're constantly not good enough because there's new trends, new things that you should be doing, new routines, new glow-ups, new everything every single month. So what does toxic self-improvement look like? Firstly, obsessive pursuit of self-improvement, which leads to burnout, anxiety, and constant feel of inadequacy. Your focus shifts from growth to perfection. And you tie your self-worth to your output. So if you're not doing anything, you're not worthy enough. Productivity becomes your whole personality. And you're starting to compare yourself to people online who've built their whole careers around this. Now, there is this psychological concept of the self discrepancy theory. And this theory explains how we have different versions of ourselves. We have who we are, who we want to be, and who we think we should want to be. And if there is a big gap between these self representations, that can lead to some negative emotions like disappointment, shame, anxiety. So, if self improvement is turning into a never ending race towards a ideal self, that gap is going to grow and you're going to suffer. Now, I often talk about evolving because I think evolving is something a little bit different. Evolving is going to be a little bit slow paced. You're enjoying it. It's not like you're constantly running. You're enjoying the seasons you're in and then you move on. So, what is fueling this toxic side of self improvement? Because there are certain systems that are being planted into this industry to, of course, make it grow, to make it more attractive. You have the perfectionism and never ending pressure. The message becomes you can always be better. So you hustle more, you work more, you start feeling guilty about resting. And suddenly, enough is never enough. Now, what isn't really helping is that self care turned into a very capitalist industry. As I said, it started with some yoga retreats and some books, but somewhere along the way, it turned into a multi-billion-dollar business. You have a lot of people online that simply don't want to give you the best advice because if you're watching somebody that wants to, help you improve, the goal should be that you watch them for a little bit, you improve, and then you stop watching them. They don't want you to stop watching their content. So that's why they make you feel like you're constantly in a cycle. They're dressing up capitalism as care, feeding you planners, feeding you courses, feeding you affiliate links to clocks and different self care tools and different books and everything because they make money off of it. And the tricky part about this is that it feels productive. Buying those books feels productive, and buying those planners feels productive, and scheduling your days feel productive. And that's why you get hooked on this type of content. You keep watching it because it feels productive. You're releasing dopamine, but a year later you're going to realize that oh, nothing has really changed. I just have 50 books about self-improvement. I have overbooked calendars, and I have about a 20-step skincare routine. But nothing has changed. I'm not happier. I'm not where I want to be. And of course, we have those problematic creators. Now, I'm not going to mention them here because I don't want to give them any more clout. But I think I've mentioned some of the red flags that you should definitely watch out for. But some creators portray a lot of normal things as a weakness, such as rest.
Hustle, hustle, hustle. Sleep was sin in my household.
And this enrages me so much because I've spoken about rest and sleep and the importance of rest and how it affects your mental state, your physical state. And of course, if you don't rest, if you don't take days off, if you don't sleep, if you don't spend time away from work, you're going to be so drained that you're not going to be able to do anything. And I feel like that is just basic common sense. If a creator is never showing you their flaws, we have people, of course, in today's age, it's so easy to seem perfect, to, especially with TikTok and Instagram and with these 30-second videos of a day in my life. And now, don't get me wrong, I love aesthetic get ready with me videos and vlogs and everything. But if they're preaching about something as personal and something as deep as self improvement and self help and self care, yet they're portraying their whole life as perfect without any flaws, they're just lying to you. Now, of course, it's important to practice what you preach, but there is not a single person on earth that is perfect. But if you're watching a creator that's never showing you their flaws and only showing you their perfect side, it's not going to be healthy for you. It's not going to be healthy for you. And again, I mentioned it a few times, but Of course, I'm not perfect in everything. I don't wake up early every single day. I don't have productive days every single day, and I like it that way. I don't want to be a robot, and I don't think that self improvement is about being a robot and about constantly chasing and chasing. The reason why I started improving my life and my habits is so that I can have time and energy to do the things I love and I want, and to be able to hang out with my friends whenever I want to, and to be able to treat my family and take my mom shopping, and I don't know, just all the good things. And to have energy, I want to build good, healthy habits so that I can have energy to over the weekends just spend time however I want to, going outside. I also know that I'm not perfect. As I said, I don't wake up early every single day. I don't journal every single day, although I wish I could. But there's just a lot of flaws that I have, and every content creator that is doing self-improvement should be able to show you those flaws. And lastly, romanticizing the hustle culture. Oh,
Develop a workaholic mentality. What does this mean? It means that you start a little earlier, you work a little harder, and you stay a little later. In our society today, you heard all these people talking about take it easy, have balance in your life, relax, lean back, have fun at work, happy, get along with your coworkers. This is loser talk. Loser, loser, loser.
grinding 24/7 is not strength. It is literally self-harm. Again, self-improvement tools are supposed to be supporting your life and not consuming it. And again, hard work is important. And if you want to be good at something, if you want to be successful at something, hard work is going to get you there. There is no easy way around it. But what I like to do and what I advise, if there is a certain thing that you want to lock in on and focus on, do it in seasons. I do have weeks where I really work a lot, but it's never long term. It is just like these sprints that I'm doing short term, because if I were to do it for a whole year or even multiple years, it's just gonna burn me out. And hustle culture has such a toxic effect on every single thing around your life, starting from relationships. If you not only like romantic relationships, but with your friends, with your family, are you really gonna exchange working more for good quality time with the people you love? Oh my God. And when I don't know, I've seen this girl who says, I get so much done because I never watch TV. I don't even own TV, and I just work till the evening. How is that? Like, I know that you want to build something in the future, but how are you planning to get there if it's just going to drain you out? If you, I don't know, I can't even put it into words, but to me, it's just insane, because this is the people that are, you know, most known in the self improvement industry. It's these people preaching that, oh, I wake up at 5 a.m. and then from 7 a.m. I work till 9 p.m. and I don't see my wife because, she just has to suck it up that I don't have time. Okay, for a few weeks, fine, but for a whole year, multiple years, like, it's just insane to me that we have made our whole life about running towards something that, if it's money that you're chasing, oh my God. And again, self improvement and self help are supposed to be tools to make your life more enjoyable. If you're in a bad place, if you're, unhealthy, if you're financially struggling, in these times, self improvement is supposed to help you, but it's not supposed to drain you out. It is not supposed to make your life miserable. So, lastly, let's talk about a hypothetical character. We're going to call her Emma, and let's do a little case study on her. She is unhappy with her life, but she doesn't really know why. So she gets online, she watches like 20 videos on self improvement, she writes down a long to do list, She downloads a self-tracking app. She joins a 30-day life transformation course. She follows every morning routine video, although it does not match her lifestyle at all. And as a fact, she is a bartender, but still she, doesn't care. She sleeps 6 hours a day because people online told her that waking up at 5 a.m. is a good thing. And she blindly follows every single advice online without actually analyzing what she's not happy about. And guess what? 6 months later, she's tired, she's burned out, she's unhappy even more because she cut out all her friends, she cut out everything that she enjoyed about life. Now the gap between herself and her ideal self is even larger. So whenever you're watching any type of content, or whenever you think about, oh, I need to improve my life, start being a little bit self-aware and realign with why you want to improve. What is it? Ask yourself exactly what is it that you want to improve. And don't, sometimes the internet is going to tell you, oh, this is what you're going to improve. And you've never heard about it. You don't care about it. But now if somebody on the internet told you this is what you need to improve, it's another thing on your to-do list. That is exhausting. Don't start creating imaginary problems in your life. Don't start creating problems where there aren't because somebody on the internet told you so. If you don't have an issue with time management, why are you clicking on my time management video? Huh? If you don't have a issue with phone addiction, why are you checking my phone addiction video? If you don't care about self-improvement, why are you even on my channel? It sounds brutal, but I don't want you to guys start creating problems in your life where there aren't any. And that is what a lot of people online are doing to you. So take everything you see online with a grain of salt and analyze it a little bit. Does this actually make sense? If there's somebody online telling me that, sleeping 6 hours a day is going to improve my life, it's not. It's not. The same with a lot of these online challenges. And don't get me wrong, I like some of the challenges. But if you don't need it, 75 hard is not going to magically, make everything in your life amazing. Yeah, it's going to maybe build some discipline. It's going to build some resistancy. But do you need it? Do you need it? If you're focusing on something completely different, why are you doing that? Don't pack your bag too heavy. Remember, the goal is never to be perfect, it is to be happy. So before you listen to somebody online, do your research a little bit. And that is all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, guys. It was a little bit of a rant because after all, I am a part of this industry and I want to take some responsibility for, unfortunately, what other people are doing online because some of it is just pure self-harm. So yeah, guys, I will see you in December. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with somebody, and check out the links down below to my social media. Bye!